Today we're going to be talking about money, fame, and status, and should you really even use this at all, display it at all, mention it at all in order to attract women or attract people. So this is a question I ponder, and I'm not sure if I have a definitive answer completely, but here's my perspective so far, subject to change in the future. So um, I think if you're looking for a serious or long-term relationship where you really connect and you're best of friends, I don't think this should be something that is a huge factor. You should not be doing everything you can, if you have these things, to display it. Um, and the thing is, the reason being, you kind of want to use a filter yourself to see if this person really connects with you for the right reasons. On the flip side, though, not displaying it all and hiding it completely, I feel like is something that may not be the best thing completely, because as a person or as a partner, someone wants to know that you are ambitious, goal driven, and you're someone who has made achievements in their life and been successful. And if you hide it completely, to the point where maybe you're a little extreme and you don't even mention your occupation, it can either get sketchy, or she might just think that you're with the other guys, maybe just the average Joe Schmo. Um, I do think in certain ways you can illustrate that without revealing too much. You can show that person that you're ambitious, goal driven, that you have a lot going on in your life, and so forth. I do think that some girls, some people fall into the medium. So they're not an extreme gold digger to the sense that they're these horrific people. And there are people like this out there, I'm sure, who are just so focused on all these superficial things. How much money do you make? What do you do? And that's such a horrific perspective, because, I mean, there's so many things more valuable, and some things that you should respect more about a person than how much money they make. I mean, heck, they could have stumbled across it, or they're doing a lot of illegal, immoral things to make that money. And I personally don't respect that type of person as much as someone who um, is goal driven and ambitious and worked his butt off and is making a little bit less than that other guy. But again, so that's the extreme case. I feel like people naturally fall in a spectrum in between. And to what extent is where you may have to start filtering it out. And for these people in between, you can't really get mad at them. I think all of us, to a certain extent, value maybe how much money someone earns, how much status, because generally speaking, not always, it can, in certain ways, equate to um, how much achievement and how much impact and success someone has had in life. Now, you do not want to take this too far. I do think many people take this too far, and I was lucky enough to learn a lot from Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on earth, through his interviews and his videos online, that you cannot measure success and achievement in life too much through money. Um, and there's so many other ways which are better. How, for instance, how much of your potential have you achieved? How much impact you've made on your loved ones and your friends in life, and so forth. And to measure it in straight money can get really weird and really disjointed when, for instance, you compare him to his children. And his children have done a lot and impacted the world and done a lot of hard work, but they have not made as much money in comparison to the billions his uh, father has made. So, that's a perspective that I don't think most people have really considered. However, though, uh, long story short, I do think that it is something to consider, and many people fall into this medium where it is somewhat important, and we are genetically wired, all of us, to a certain extent, to be drawn to these people out of survival instinct because they provide and they have better resources. And I mean, it's common sense. There's so many reasons. You can make it'll protect you and your children from potential financial problems in the future. This man may be a provider of resources, on and on and on. Just it's common sense, really. At the same time, though, again, it's not everything. So, with that in mind, just think about it through a perspective on, well, what do you want right now? Some people, they haven't really decided what type of person they're after. And if you can fully define that, it may be able to help you along in the picture. One huge thing I think is that people don't really think this through, and they get the wrong types of females. Perhaps people who are just maybe too into just their money. And once they get there, they just don't feel fulfilled, or they're just not really satisfied. So that's all I got to say in a nutshell. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.